Chapter 888. After Alex was done sorting out all the procedures for tomorrow with Adam, Alex took a cab home without rushing at all. At this time at the Oris Hill Detention Center, Elaine was still living a nightmare. She had been beaten up and tortured in all sorts of manner ever since she was locked up in the detention center. Lady Richard did not only pour a whole bucket of water over her head, but Elaine has not eaten anything at all in 2 days and nights. At this time, Elaine really felt that she was on the verge of collapse. She was down with a bad cold and a high fever. The high fever made Elaine feel as though she was burning all over and she felt that she was going to faint. However, she was still not allowed to lie on her bed. Instead, she could only curl up and shiver as she hid in the corner of the cell in the detention center. Elaine could not help but feel extremely cold because of her high fever. She trembled uncontrollably at this time. Elaine felt that she would not be able to hold on much longer. Therefore, she started to plead desperately, "Please, please have mercy on me. Could you please give me a quilt? I am so cold. I am really feeling very cold." Lady Richard sneered before she said, "Who do you think you are? Do you think that someone like you is really worthy enough to cover yourself up with a quilt? Let me tell you something. You're going to continue sleeping in the toilet tonight." Olivia also chimed in and said, "Grandma, I think that she should also take a bath in cold water. Why don't we bring her into the bathroom and help her to take a cold bath tonight?" When Elaine heard this, she could not help but burst out in tears as she pleaded tragically, "Mom, I really can't take this anymore. If you are really going to ask me to take a cold shower and sleep in the toilet tonight, then I think that I'll really die here tonight. Mom, I'm begging you. Please have mercy on me and let me off already." Lady Richard replied viciously, "Are you really still hoping that I would pity you? I am hoping that you will die soon. Do not wait until tonight to die. It would be best if you would just die right now." Elaine wailed as she said, "Mom, all the misunderstandings between us are just the usual contradictions between a mother-in-law and a daughter-in-law. I have already suffered under your hands for more than 20 years now. Why are you still doing this to me? Even if you're mad at me for not allowing you to move into the villa with us, you shouldn't be torturing me and hoping for my death, right?" After she spoke, Elaine looked at Brabus before she cried and begged, "Sister Brabus, I know that you really hate an unfilial daughter-in-law. However, the only thing that I have ever done to her was not to allow her to move into the villa with us. My mother-in-law is simply trying to make things look bad for me. I've already been married into the Richard family for more than 20 years now, and I've never beaten her or scolded her throughout this entire time. Instead, I've constantly been bullied and tormented by my own mother-in-law. The only bad thing I've done is to mock and ridicule her recently when the Richard family was on the verge of bankruptcy. However, the most that I've ever done was to ridicule and disrespect her. I've never hurt or harmed her in any other ways. But you can clearly see how she has been treating me for the past 2 days. She beat me up, she scolded me, and she tried all sorts of ways to torture and bully me because she wants to see me dead. As a sensible person, can't you differentiate and tell who the wicked person is between the both of us? If I was really as evil as she made me out to be, do you think that my mother-in-law would be able to live until this day? If I was really as evil as her, do you think she could be so healthy to be able to torture and torment me now? This simply proves that I'm not as evil and vicious as she made me out to be. She's the one who is the real evil and wicked person." When she said this, Elaine was already in tears because she felt as though she had just suffered a great injustice because she was being seriously wronged. When Lady Richard saw that Elaine actually dared to accuse her and point her finger at her, she walked over to her angrily before giving her a slap across her face. Immediately afterwards, the old lady grabbed her hair before she slammed her face into the wall as she cursed, "You shameless whore. You actually dare to try and sow discord between me and my friends? Just wait and see if I'll kill you tonight."